Hello friends, welcome to my music discovery journey. I'm Phoebe and I'm catching up on all the music I've missed out on over the years, sharing my great finds with you and listening to your recommendations so that I can find even more music, broaden my horizons and all of that. Rebecca's Haunted Kitchen suggested that I listen to ViaNova Melanchronic. They've come highly recommended. Rebecca hasn't given anything away. This is exactly how I like it. I have checked out who ViaNova are, and because I wanted to double check the pronunciation as well. They're a Berlin-based metalcore band signed to a rising empire. I don't want to listen, I don't want to know anything else. I couldn't see a Wikipedia page anyway, but we've got the lyrics. Melanchronic suggests a combination of the words melancholy and chronic. So I've taken the opportunity to give the proper meaning of those. So melancholy is a feeling of pensive sadness, typically with no obvious cause. And then chronic is something that's persisting for a long time or constantly reoccurring. And we usually talk about it in illness, right? You could also talk about it in terms of a film. It says the film was absolutely chronic, of poor quality. So poor quality or something that's persisted for a long time, constantly recurring. Melanchronic, that's quite a powerful combination of the two words then, isn't it? Melanchronic. All right, let's listen and see what it's like. I don't know what who's in the band. I don't know if I don't know anything about them yet. Let's see. We will start and stop for copyright purposes. Ooh. Synthy. Gets me moving. Sorry about that. Hang on, we'll come to that bit in a sec. What a great intro. It's got like a dancey feel to it, electronic kind of vibe. They're driving in a car. There's a fancy light in the car at one point. I can't tell unless you want to know. I won't ask unless you want to show me. Don't draw back unless you want to crack. Don't come near unless you want to hold me. It's something they don't want to tell. Unless you're willing to know, I guess, unless you're ready to know, it's not a good thing that I'm going to tell you. Are you sure you can handle it, perhaps? I won't ask unless you want to show me. Don't draw back unless you want to crack. Don't come near unless you want to hold me. Is that like unless you want to comfort me? Don't get close unless you want to look after me. If you're feeling melanchronic, you're probably not in a good place. So perhaps it's saying I might be bad news for you, perhaps. Okay, let's carry on. I like the background. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame when you do that. Gotta play with us all that. What a name if we don't know. Just cope with lack of self-control. I'm sure the crew will not play. Ooh, heavier. Nice.
Well, isn't it frustrating? You're waiting for the right moment for what feels like a lifetime.
I'll stop there and I'll rewind it and we'll listen to that bit again as well. There was a bit in the intro which you could hear them saying something, but you couldn't hear what it was. I don't know if it was what they did we did hear in the first verse, or if it was something else under the surface, but it was very hard to tell, and it was creating that like feeling that you hear something but it's in the distance, you can't quite make it out. It was on purpose. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame when you draw back. It's sad when you don't want to open up to me, when you draw back, you put up your walls. Gotta play, gotta play, gotta play. When I saw that, messing around, games, wanna name what we don't know, putting a label on something, just trying to cope with our lack of self-control. Perhaps it's saying we don't have to label it, it's we're experiencing it. Is that not enough? Or that is enough? I'm sure the growing ache will outweigh the pain. Perhaps a mental or physical, either way, a mental ache will outweigh the physical ache, or the physical ache will outweigh the mental ache, perhaps. That's the only thing I can think of at the moment. And then there's this talking bit.
Well, isn't it frustrating? You're waiting for the right moment for what feels like a lifetime. But there's always too much to say, too little words, or simply not enough time. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame when you do that. Gotta play, it's all that. What a name, what people know. Too hard to cope with the lack of self-control.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Obviously, I like this. There's the frustration there in the shouting, in the harsher vocals. It's such a contrast to the clean stuff, the more lighter sounding. I mean, it's still sad, but it's less angry than when it's shouting. Well, isn't it frustrating? You've been waiting for the right moment for what feels like a lifetime, but there's always too much to say, too little words, or simply not enough time. When we wait for the right moment for things, usually we find that we don't quite get there for a lot of situations, or perhaps it takes a lot longer to bring something up if it feels like it's not the right moment. But sometimes it never is the right moment. And I always have to remind myself, like, if I'm thinking something and feeling something, shouldn't I just be upfront about it? Situation dependent, of course, but I would much rather someone else tell me how they feel about something rather than hold back, not tell me, and suffer in silence, or suffer wishing they could tell me but they couldn't. I'd much rather someone be honest with me, and I'd respect that a lot more. It's not that I don't respect people who can't talk about things like that. Sometimes it's really daunting and scary, and you don't know what the outcome's going to be or what the response of the other person is. So of course we hold back, or also some people do say, it's not the right time to be talking about this. But sometimes even the other side will say it's not the right time, but then never communicate when it is. So it's this communication is very important, but also, I guess, assessing what's appropriate, reading the room. There's a lot of different factors, but it is important to talk about something that's bothering you. And if it is something that requires you to plan a time to talk about something, then also that's an option. Even if right now is not the right time, okay, could we maybe discuss when it could be the right time, or that we might feel okay? And then if someone's not ready, sometimes you got to give them space. You got to be patient. Patience is a skill to master, but it's worth it, and it shows respect to the other person as well. All of this is situation dependent, of course, but that's quite powerful, just that spoken word part. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame when you drew back. So first they said draw back, now they said drew back. When I saw that, it says that again. We don't know, too hard to cope with this lack of self-control. When we're just trying to feel what weighs out the pain. So I'm sure the growing ache will outweigh the pain. Perhaps the ache of talking about it. When we're just trying to feel what outweighs the pain. We're just trying to feel emotions, share emotions, talk about emotions. I guess you're trying to see that I can't tell unless you want to know. I won't ask unless you want to show me. Yeah, it does feel like a situation where it's like, I don't know if you want to open up to me. Do I feel safe opening up to you or telling you this if we're in this situation? I can't tell unless you want to know. I won't ask unless you wanna. Please draw back. I want to take a step. Pull my strings, cut my skin. That's what he says there. Let's listen a bit more. I guess you're trying to say that I can't tell unless you want to know. I won't ask unless you want to show me. I can't tell unless you want to know. The whispering. Won't ask unless you want to. Oh. I wanna take a step. Pull my strings, cut my skin. I thought it was going to get really heavy there. I think it's building. Everything outside of our head. That last line, don't try to predict anything. This song is very unpredictable and I really like how it has me on edge. It's very creative. I like how the abrupt drums or guitar parts are very in your face and kind of catch you off guard a bit, but it are quite interestingly placed and nicely placed too. Just make me feel something. Back and forth we dance. We're doing this same dance, this the same routine, this cycle. Make me feel something. I want to feel something. I don't want to feel numb. I want to have some emotions to embrace. I need to feel something. Always a step ahead of ourselves, trying to see through the distance, missing everything outside of our head. Give up, give in. Don't guess, don't think. Don't try to predict anything. It's just see, go for it, I think. Don't worry about the consequences. Don't think about what could happen, what might happen. Just open up to me, I think. Everything outside of our head. I'm still not over the acoustic where he was in that diner and everything changed. It does say don't try to predict anything. They really articulate that well with this whole song, don't they? It's such an impactful line, and they've said it for a reason. That's so nicely done. Didn't you feel the seasons change? Is that the passing of time? Are you here? Are you paying attention? It feels like that's in that same vein. There is no way we're still the same. Time has passed, I guess, as well. That could be an obvious thing, seasons changing. There's no way we're still the same. So we've grown, we've changed. I'm sure the growing ache will outweigh the pain. All of the pain. Sorry for the pain. I'm sure the growing ache. It's kind of, does it feel like it's saying, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Kind of feels like that kind of message, but dismissing something and invalidating it, and actually, will they be fine? Because without someone to share their problems with, talk about it, open up to, that weight can become heavier for some people and cause awful results to the situation. So that can be difficult. Even if it's not at the fault of someone, there are consequences to situations, right? It's quite sad. I can't tell unless you want to know. I won't ask unless you want to show me. Please draw back. I want to take a step. Pull my strings. I need to feel something. This is nice. The end feels like one of those old movies, living in a dream world. It's just him. Alone. Is that the last time they were all together? Doesn't it feel like one of those old style movies? Oh. Feels sinister. Oh my god. Who's going to jump scare me? Wow. Perhaps that's also quite a good articulation of how scary something might seem when actually it's not scary at all. In your head, you build it up to be this big, daunting thing that will go wrong or go horribly wrong. And after all that, there was nothing there. But I was like, oh, that was so clever. That's even if it wasn't meant like that, that's exactly how I've taken it. Wow. There are so many details that they've added in. That's so creative. That's really clever. I just found something here that says this song is described as best experienced during a night drive with a side of heartache, according to a post by ViaNova.band. It's really just so well done. The sounds, the twists and turns it takes us. At one point, it sounded like 80s. Then at the end, it sounded like a 1940s style. I don't even know what era that was, but it sounded like an old movie. And it felt like someone doesn't want to open up to somebody. And that's quite sad. And it may be no matter what they try, there's just no getting through, which is also quite frustrating. I really liked that. Let me know if you've already heard that before or if this is new to you. If you have a favourite ViaNova song, if that was it, let me know in the comments. And thank you so much. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Just a reminder, if you think you have, but I just come up on your algorithm all the time, double check. Every little helps. And shout out to everyone on Patreon. If you join, it's free, but you can also join as a paid member. £1 gets you a little shout out on this board as a supporter. Premium and VIP members get even more content, early access and stuff, albums, you name it. But there is no pressure to join, because just being here, you are supporting me, and I want to remind you of that every day, that I am very grateful for you just being here. That is more than enough. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And on that note, I'll see you for another one soon. So take care. See you soon. Bye bye.